I want to talk about the potential return of Dino Crisis. Now, before I start this video, I want to make it very clear that this is just a theory that I put together and just what I think Capcom is going to do with the Dino Crisis series. Now, I know a lot of people have been begging and begging and begging for at least 8 to 10 years for a Dino Crisis remake. And to me, Dino Crisis is one of those series that it's not as good as people make it seem. When you talk to a Dino Crisis fan, you would think this game was just monumental or something, but in reality, Dino Crisis is just a Jurassic Park Resident Evil. That's all it is. It's a Resident Evil game with dinosaurs. That is basically what it is. Not saying it's bad or anything, but that's just what it is. It wasn't nothing different or anything. You know what I mean? And I believe Capcom put off a Dino Crisis remake for all these years because most likely it wouldn't sell well. And I'm not saying Capcom is not capable of making this game sell well or whatever, because you know, if a game is remade by Capcom for a modern audience, the game is absolutely going to be fucking peak. I don't doubt them. But I'm just talking from the original standpoint. The original game was just okay. But Dino Crisis absolutely has a cult-like following, and I believe Capcom will absolutely give that fan base what they want. Now, the reason why I feel like a Dino Crisis remake is actually coming not soon, but I think within maybe 4 to 5 years, is because if you look at just what happened recently this week, Dead Rising got a remake. I love Dead Rising to death. It is probably my favorite zombie game of all time. But I did not know anything about this remake. I didn't hear no leaks. I didn't hear no rumors. I didn't hear anything. So I was absolutely shocked when this game got a remake. It just shows you that Capcom is willing to go back and remake their older games. Now, in this instance, Dead Rising is a classic. It's definitely one of the best Capcom games that they've made. It is 1000% a classic. One of the best, if not the best zombie game ever. And this game dropped 18 years ago. And Capcom has came out and said they wanted to remake this game for the modern audience and then, you know, bring back the experience for the core audience. So Capcom could 1000% look at the Dino Crisis series and say, you know what, maybe we do need to go back and remake this game. Our fans have been begging for this game for years on years. It's time they shut the fuck up, because every time we post something, they say something about Dino Crisis. So let's just give them the goddamn game. And Capcom's official Twitter actually dropped the celebration of the July 1st release date of Dino Crisis. What is that, 24, 25 years since Dino Crisis was released? So they were celebrating that. But I think Capcom has slowly been teasing they're going to do Dino Crisis eventually. They just have too many series going on. Resident Evil is their moneymaker. That's their best selling game series. So of course that's always going to be put in the forefront. Street Fighter, they have a lot of stuff going on, man. Monster Hunter, and it goes on and on. I don't know if y'all remember this, but the Exo Primal, or whatever the hell this game is called, this is a game made by Capcom. I believe it was a multiplayer game. I don't know if y'all remember the reveal trailer a couple years ago, but a lot of people thought this was going to be a Dino Crisis game. And to be honest, Capcom like played the fuck out of a lot of people. But if you see here, that woman looks like the main character of Dino Crisis. Now, obviously, I don't remember her name because it's been so long since I played Dino Crisis. I just remember the first one being good, and then I remember either the second or the third one or both wasn't that good. But this looks like the protagonist of Dino Crisis. And then if you go forward, like as you can tell from here, this character looks exactly like Regina from Dino Crisis, but it turned out that this was not Dino Crisis. It was just a crossover skin collab for Exo Primal, and it pissed a lot of people off because they really thought Dino Crisis was getting a remake of some sort, and that just wasn't the case. So it pissed a lot of people off, but I believe Capcom just does certain things to test the waters, to see how, in this case, to see how popular or how bad the fan base wants a Dino Crisis 1. Now, I'm not opposed to a Dino Crisis 1. I know in the modern day, Capcom would absolutely fucking kill it. The game would be spectacular. But when it comes to something like this that Capcom hasn't jumped on, because let's be real, they know they can make money doing a Dino Crisis remake, but do they want to do it? Because at the end of the day, if you have a bunch of creators and directors that don't want to do something, the product is not going to come out like it's supposed to. Now, all these other remakes and entries we seen to like Resident Evil, and now we see Dead Rise and stuff, they want to do that. That's like a passion project to them. They love doing that shit, and that's why we get the results we get with those games. This case, I don't know if Capcom really wants to do a Dino Crisis, but I believe eventually they'll just give in and they'll end up doing it, or they might just be waiting for a spark. They just might be waiting to get motivated to do something like Dino Crisis. But this is just my personal opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But all in all, only time will tell when it comes to Capcom and Dino Crisis. I personally want to see at least the first one get remade. I really don't care for for 2 and 3, or was it just 2? I don't remember. I feel like there was a third one that I played, but regardless, only time will tell. But I really do hope they go back and at least do one. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping for. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. How y'all feel about Dino Crisis. How do y'all feel about a potential remake? All that good stuff. Definitely appreciate all the support on this channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.